Our lesson for this video is composition of functions. Composition of functions pertains to substituting a function into another function. Okay, for a given function, the value of x that will be substituted for x is also a function. And it is represented by okay, so this is read as so yan ay binabasa natin na f composite g of x or pwede rin namang composition of f with g of x. So again, ang basa natin dyan ay f composite g of x or composition of f with g of x. Ito namang kabila, ang basa naman natin dyan ay f of g of x. So that is how you read a composition of function. So wag na wag nyong ipagkakamali ang multiplication of function represented by this at saka yung composition of function represented by this symbol. So ito ay f times g of x. Ito naman ay binabasa natin na f composite g of x. Okay, so magkaiba yung kanilang circle. Isang shaded circle or shaded dot at saka isang open circle na maliit or open dot. Okay, example. So let's have this example number 1. Example number 1, we have f of x equals x plus 2. And then g of x equals 3x. So find for f composite g of x. So ang value natin for f of x is x plus 2 while for g of x is 3x. So we will consider the function of x as our primary function o siya yung unang function natin. So siya ang kukuhanan natin ng composition at composition niya si g. Okay? So ang gagawin dyan, itong letter x na to, papalitan natin ang value ni g which is 3x. So therefore, itong letter x na to ay papalitan natin ng 3x. Okay? So we have now composition of f with g of x equals f of g of x. And that will be equals to f of g of x. So ano ba ang value ni g of x? Ang value ni g of x ay 3x. So that will be f of 3x or function of 3x. Saan nanggaling yun? So nanggaling yun sa value ni g of x. And then have the original function or the primary function x plus 2. So we have x plus 2. So now this letter x will be replaced by 3x. So it will become now 3x plus 2. Tinanggal si x, pinalitan ng 3x. So the final answer is 3x plus 2. Okay, let's have another example. So example 2. Example 2, for example, you have f of x equals 4x squared. G of x equals x minus 1. So find for f composite g of x. Okay, so let's have first the composition of function representation. So that will be composition of f with g of x equals f of g of x. So tatanggalin natin si g of x. Tatanggalin ng g of x. Papalitan siya ng value ng g of x and that is x minus 1. Okay? So that will be equals to f of x minus 1. So nanggaling ang x minus 1, nanggaling kay g of x. So tinanggal ang g of x again. Tinanggal natin ang g of x. Pinalitan natin ng x minus 1. So, get the function of x now. So, ang original function of x natin ay 4x squared. So, tanggalin natin ang x, palitan natin ng x minus 1. Yung squared hindi mababago, yung 4 hindi mababago. So, rewrite 4, tanggalin ang x, so we have x minus 1 to the second power. And that will be equal to 4 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. So, because we will multiply, imumultiply natin ang x minus 1 ng dalawang beses sa sarili niya. Okay? So, uunahin natin ang x minus 1 times x minus 1 based on our PEMDAS rule. So, unahin natin ang merong exponent. Okay? So, lipat muna tayo sa Scratch. So, dito natin i-multiply. For example, itong scratch paper natin, dito natin i-multiply ang x minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay, so gagamit tayo ng FOIL method. So, x times x, first term, so that will be x squared. And then outer term, so x times negative 1, so that will be negative x. Outer. Then inner, so we have negative 1 times x, we have negative x. Then last term, negative 1 times negative 1, so that will be positive 1. Simplify. So x squared, negative x minus x, that will be negative 2x plus 1. Okay, so ang karugtong natin dito ay so this will be equals to four times x squared minus 2x. Ayos natin. So minus 2x plus 1 equals. So 4 times x squared, we have 4x squared. 4 times negative 2, negative 8, copy x. Then 4 times 1, we have 4. So the final answer is 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. Okay, so let's have now example number 3. Okay, consider natin yung first example natin, which is f of x is equals to x plus 2 and g of x is equals to 3x. Pero balik rin naman natin ngayon yung ating composition of function. So gawin natin g composite f of x. Again, g composite f of x. So, ang hinahanap naman natin ay si g composite f of x. So, mababaliktad na ang f and g. So, that will become g of f of x. So, tatanggalin natin ang f of x. Papalitan natin siya ng x plus 2. Siya naman ang nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, we have g and then copy x plus 2. Then, consider the primary function. Ang primary function natin ngayon ay g of x equals 3x. So, kunin ng g, that is 3x. Tanggalin ng x, palitan ng x plus 2. Okay, equals 3 times x plus 2. And then, simplify. Solve. 3 times x, we have 3x. Plus 3 times 2, we have 6. So, we have 3x plus 6. Okay, so example 4. Consider natin yung example number 2. Baliktarin lang din natin. So, ang ating f of x equals 4x squared. Then ang ating g of x is equal to x minus 1. So we will find for g composite f of x. Okay, so solution, we have g composite f of x equals g of f of x equals g. Tanggalin ng f of x, palitan ng value niya. At ang value ni f of x ay 4x squared. So, g of 4x squared equals, copy the primary function. So, that is x minus 1. So, we have x minus 1. Tanggalin ng x, palitan ng palitan siya ng 4x squared. So, tanggalin ng x, palitan ng 4x squared. And then copy minus 1. So, the given answer is already simplified. Nakasimplified na siya, wala nang similar terms, wala na tayong i-combine. So, that will be 4x squared minus 1. Okay, so again, review natin for the composition of functions, if you have given is f composite g of x, we will have here f of g of x. Pero in the other way around, if that will be g composite f of x, so that will be g of f of x. So yung second function, so that will be the function that will be placed inside the parentheses. Second function, so function inside the parentheses. So we have example number 5. For example, we have here a of x equals 2x plus 2. And then we have b of x equals x minus 4. So example, we need to find for b composition of a of x. So that will be b of a of x. Okay, so get the equivalent function of a of x, and that will be 2x plus 2. So we have b of 2x plus 2. And then remove b, so replace that with the primary function. So with this will be our primary function. Bakit primary siya? Yung nasa unahan, ayun, b. Okay, so that will be x minus 4. Tanggalin ng x, palitan ng 2x plus 2. So that will become 2x plus 2. Saan kinuha? Dun sa value ng x. 2x plus 2. And then copy minus 4. So this time, meron tayong similar terms sa 2 and negative 4. So ipe-perform natin ang operation between 2 and negative 4. So that will be 2x copy, and then 2 minus 4, that will be negative 2. So the answer is 2x minus 2. So that's it for now for a composition of functions. So see you for the next lesson.